Right, I can see in the shadow state that I've got a gap here. So I'm going to click on this one and say edit. And there is the cause of my gap. Until that one finish. Then click on this one until that one edit. And lift him up until him finish. Now this one. I honestly would not have believed it was possible to have so many interruptions. Okay, let's curve him out. That's what happens when you get too close to the edge of your work area. I mean this work area. Right, finish object. Now I'm going to set my parameters. Click that top one, hold down Control, then that one, then that one. And parameters, sample 2, density 4.5, tell that OK. I do not want an underlay, I want nothing to flatten those padding stitches that I've got underneath. And I don't want auto corners. I don't really know that I want auto shortening. If I've got too many stitches, I'll come in and I'll thin down my density. Okay, now I'm going to pull out and take a quick look in 3D, and there is my bullion rose. Now we need to do a center, and we've got the perfect tool in emrab for doing a center. Well, it's the perfect tool for cheating with. I'm going to pick up my fill tool and I lay one node. I lay it about here. I go to shape, 4, ellipse, draw it across, open it up. And I would say that's about the size I want. And I tell it to elements, finish. That is it. I don't want it to have stitches. I now go and pick up my satin column tool because I want a satin stitch in the center. I lay my first node, and I'm going to blow this up a little. Right. I lay my first node, I lay my second node. And I arrange them so I can see that little red dot between them. That was my second node. Now, you take a look around the edge. You've got that dot, that dot, that dot, and that dot. That one, and that one. So I'm going to drop my node on that one and push my circle out to that one. And I drop my next node onto this one, and I push my circle out onto that one. Then I drop my next node just there and move that circle up onto that dot. But this one I have to drop lower. And I arrange him just so I can see that little dot in between and move that circle onto that one. Then I tell that finish object, and I move that into the center of my bullion rose. And the first thing it shows me is I'm going to have a gap at the bottom. So I need to click on this one, tell it edit, because I don't want any gaps. and wind that one up around underneath this one. Well, on top of this one, sorry. And move that curve with it, so as they end up going underneath my center circle. And then tell that one, generate stitches. Click on this one and tell it delete. I don't need it now, it was only a pattern. Click on this one and tell it generate stitches. Now, I don't want that color for my center, so I'm going to pick up a yellow. I'm then going to highlight all my other ones, and I'm going to pick up the lemon, drop the lemon on top, and then I'm going to group. That's group 1, and then I'll highlight the bottom one. That's group 2. Come off of that, drop the magnification. I'm doing it again. Mouse has slipped under my hand, so I'm hitting the left mouse key instead of the right one. And we'll go and take a look at that in 3D. There it is. Actually, I could make that 2 shades of pink so as you could see it. Ungroup 2. Okay. There we go. That stands out. But that is too big. So we go back into normal and we highlight the pair of these and we tell it group again. Group 2. We go to transform, transformation window, rescale. Now it's 1790 across, that's 18 millimeters. That's way too big. So I want that 14 millimeters. That's 1/4. And that gives me 15 millimeters tall. I tell that apply, close. Click off that, click back onto here, tell that generate stitches. And there is our bullion rose. And it's a nice size for your design. So now I'm going to go back to normal, design, save as, and call it bullion. I did bring in one that I made before, which was the embedded bullion. But then I thought, no, I'll go through the steps of making it with you. So there's our rose, and we've saved it now as an EOF. So now I'm going to close that design and tell it I want to open recent, which is the rabbit. Okay, there we go. And in the next video I'll show you what we do with it.